Alright everybody, this is Dennis with Wild Steps Survival School, and today I'm just going to go through a little bit of my kit to show you what I'm working with as far as my survival kit goes. Earlier we worked with making alternative fire, which is actually still burning over here, as you can see. But I know not everybody that is an outdoors type person is always keen to the methods of survival. And one of my big things, that the reason I got into this and the reason I like to pass on a little bit of the knowledge I got to people is, if you're an outdoors type person and you put yourself in a situation where something could possibly happen, if you don't know how to keep yourself alive or to self-rescue, they give you 72 hours. That's the amount of time they give a person lost in the wild to survive. After 24 hours, your chance of survival drops by 50%. And every 24 hours after that is another 25%. So, I'm here to try and educate the general public how to keep themselves alive in that situation past those 3 days. And if I even help 1, 2 people, then I believe I've done my due diligence. So, let's get into my kit here. Get the camera in, turn around. Pretty simple setup. And I got stuff, and I mean, a lot of this stuff I have collected over years of being into this, but there's quite a bit of it that you could buy at your local hardware store or Walmart. You can get it off of Amazon. Some of it you can even buy off eBay if you got a trusted seller that that you like to mess with. But it's pretty basic stuff. I got a fishing pole here. It's a breakdown pole, so it fits easily in my trunk. I got a tent, I got a sleeping mat, umbrella. This here is a kit with a few things in it. I got a package of steel wool for improvised fire. I got a few 9-volt batteries. Also got plenty of Ziploc bags so you can keep it dry, because nothing's worse than trying to start a fire with wet material. So, a couple of Ziploc bags, a couple of 9-volt batteries, a couple things of steel wool can save your life in a survival situation. We got respirators in there. Now, a lot of people might be like, well, why do you have respirator masks? A couple of different reasons. One, these can be used as filters. So you're in a survival situation and you need to get some fluids in. You can get your fire going with one of the alternative means that I've shown you, but you're going to have larger particulates in your water sometimes. You can use these to filter them out. You can also use these if, let's say, your path of self-rescue takes you to a cave. Bats inhabit caves, and bats carry diseases, and a lot of their fecal matter carries like airborne type viruses. So one of these throw on your face while you're going through that situation, and they can save your life. I got a couple of packages of instant oatmeal in here. Now, I know a lot of people will be like, instant oatmeal, really? The fact of the matter is that this stuff will last a long time. And all you need in order to eat it is heat and water. And of course, a container, of which it's never a bad idea to have a couple. You can use this one for cooking, like my oatmeal. And I use this one for water purification. So I can get me a bucket full of water, take some iodine, a couple of drops of iodine. Depending on what your water looks like, you can do 5 drops of iodine into clear water or 10 drops into cloudy water. Give it about 30 minutes to an hour after shaking it up, and it'll be safe to drink. It's that simple. I also got a cast net in here, because you never know. What if my fishing pole breaks? Also, I can use this as a set it and forget it type of trap. If you got a waterway, you can actually spread this out over the waterway and make kind of a cone net using large creek bed rocks or riverbed rocks or whatever, and tie it into a couple of trees or stakes in the ground or whatnot, and leave it overnight. Come back, chances are you'll have a couple of fish. It's just like a set it and forget it type of deal. Get all this put back in here. Set over to the side here. the backpack, which I'm not going to open today because it's got a lot of stuff in it, and we don't need to go over all of it today. Blades. You never have enough blades in a survival situation. The fact of the matter is you use them for everything from starting fire to building shelter, hunting, force protection, self-defense, etc., etc., etc. As a matter of fact, I got this one. I've got one right here on me that I keep on me. Pocket knife. I've got one here in my fire kit. I mean, the fact of the matter is, it's never a bad idea to have a blade. I got cordage. And a couple of these here, these are actually toe straps, but you never know what could come in handy in a situation. Got a set of binoculars here. These aren't the greatest things, but in a survival situation when you need to see a little bit further out, these will conserve energy and water, because you can get out there a little bit away from you and see what's out there without actually having to go out there and waste the energy, carbs, and protein, water, dehydration. Yeah, you won't have to risk none of that. So it's always a good thing. You can get these for like 10, 15 bucks. I mean, they're just little bit of cars, you know. I think, yeah, 4x30s, but not extremely great, but they do come in handy. You can also use these as another improvised method to start a fire. You have to probably break these because they're cheap and they don't unscrew like some of the nicer ones, but you can get this lens out of here and you can use that as a focal point for sunlight to get a good fire going. Keep that in mind. And I got some things in here that you necessarily don't have to keep in a fire kit. I got this here, a light stick, and really all that is it just like a glow stick. You know, that's really all it is. And you know, if you're walking in pairs, it could be good for identifying who you're walking with, you know, so you can stay in visual contact with each other. Because if you're with somebody in a survival situation, it's always a bad idea to split up unless you absolutely have to. You always want to be within earshot or eyesight. You got a fish scaler. I got a machete. You got a carabiner. Well, this carabiner is 24 kilonewtons, I believe, right about 5,400 pounds of weight tested. I could practically pick this Jeep up with this in proper force. So I mean, it's never a bad idea to have one of these. You know, you get in a situation where you got to go over a cliff or around a cliff. You want to conserve energy and try not to expend more than you absolutely have to, and stave off dehydration. So sometimes the least passive resistance is the best option. I also got a couple of these fish stringers. Just something simple. Doesn't take up a lot of room in the back of the car. So I mean, if you're going out to the wilderness, a nice little collection like this is never a bad idea. I even got a fire hydrant in here. Costs like 30 bucks. They're not very expensive. You'll see it back there behind the gas can. But you can get those at Walmart. You can get them at Ace Hardware, True Value. I mean, it's just never a bad idea to have one of those in your car at all times, period, anyway. So that's a little bit of a look into my survival kit. I appreciate you all taking the time to view my videos. And as always, this is Wild Footsteps Survival School, and I'm Dennis. Thanks for stopping by.